Hey everyone, welcome back to 4:44 p.m. I have a mod that I would like to share with you here. This is my SKX173, and this is by far probably one of my favorite mods just because it's so simple and clean and keeps the watch looking closer to its original appearance than, an extreme mod would. And that's one thing I really love about the SKX173 is the look. I love the dial on it and how it has the rectangular shaped, markers on there. And it has a little bit of a greener lume tint to it in the hands and on the dial lume than the 007s do. And so I just really like this watch. Now, I purchased this watch almost a year ago, used from a gentleman down in San Diego who had purchased it from the exchange store on Camp Pendleton Marine Corps base in, here in California, Southern California. So anyhow, I've had this watch and I have been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it. And so I decided that I was just going to do a very basic, well, it's not really basic, but very toned down mod. Sorry for all my watches going off there. Anyhow, let's get into it. So this watch right here, I basically decided to upgrade the movement. So I took out the 7S26 movement that's in it and replaced it with a NH36A movement so that it would have hand winding and hacking, and would have the extra jewels. And being that this isn't a Japan version of the 173, it doesn't say the 21 jewels on the dial. It just says 200 meters. I'm actually not sure if the 173 actually does have the jewels written on there on the Japan version, or if they even make this in a Japan version. But anyhow, all I know is that it was able to work well with the NH36 because it doesn't have any of that on there. So anyhow, I put the movement in it, and I also decided to upgrade the day and date wheel to have black day and date wheel because it just gives it such a better look than the standard white that's on there. So I went ahead and took care of that. And then the only other thing that I did to it was straighten the chapter ring out as best I could, because these watches are notorious for having a misaligned chapter ring from the factory. So I took care of that. It's still just a little bit off, but that's as far as the little tab that holds it in place on the inside would allow me to adjust. And all I did was basically push it over and then give it a little drop of glue to hold it in place, because when the case is all closed up, the dial pushing against there and everything keeps it in place as it is. So then the last thing is, I don't know if anybody can notice, I'll set this down and kind of like let you look at it from a distance there, but I put a jumbo crown on it. So rather than have the stock OEM crown on there that sits flush with the crown guards, this one is a jumbo crown, and it still sits in between them, but it sits just a little further out than normal, and you can kind of see that here. I thought that would give it a nice look to it, kind of beef it up a little bit, but I'm looking forward to having this back on the wrist again. I think I'm gonna put it on my Jubilee that I originally got with my 007 because I really like how it complements this watch, and she'll be good to go. The only other thing I did was take my Dremel and my little secret polisher and polished out all the areas that don't have the factory brushing on it to try and get rid of some scratches from normal wear and tear. This back was pretty scratched up because I had an issue with my case remover a while back getting the case of it off, and had scratched that up, but the Dremel cleaned that up really nice, and it looks like brand new again. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this mod, and if you have any questions, be sure to hit me up. And don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.